Welcome, everyone. I'm Michael Togi, marketing lead here at Gimmal for the Link Enterprise product, and I'm joined today by Joseph Hanslara, Director of Business Development. A couple quick housekeeping items. Please use the Zoom QA panel for any questions for follow-up at the end of this presentation. And today we're talking about Gimmal Link Enterprise, an SAP certified suite of functionality that connects SAP to content service repositories, including Microsoft, SharePoint, Azure, Box, Amazon, IBM, and others. We appreciate you joining us. This session is a short primer on how Gimmal Link Enterprise helps enable modernization of your SAP content strategy in a future-ready, flexible way. We'll highlight today's content challenges, how Link Enterprise addresses them, and guide you towards some practical next steps. Content is truly dominating the digital footprint in today's corporate environments. Enterprise content is exploding, and about 80% of that content is unstructured, coming in as in emails, contracts, orders, images, collaboration chat logs, documents, recordings, and many others, and who knows what kinds will be emerging over the next decade. Gartner and IBM note that enterprises now generate 4 times more unstructured than structured content, and that content is growing 50 to 60% annually. And this data is as of last year, and that growth has only accelerated with the onset of Gen AI generated materials. At the same time, cloud-based content platforms have matured, offering scalable, lower cost, high functionality options that are reshaping how enterprises manage their information. This creates a compelling cost-saving strategy for content-heavy organizations that use SAP to use Link Enterprise to cloud-based options. So, what is Link Enterprise? Link Enterprise is a purpose-built application that connects SAP to both modern and legacy content repositories. It supports Archive Link, CMIS, and modern APIs to give you the flexibility to integrate with your platform of choice. It enables automation of inbound and outbound content with templated workflows for accounting and HR and procurement. It streamlines document audit functions, provides real-time metadata synchronization across transactions. The key value here is content lives where it makes sense for you, on-prem, in the cloud, or a hybrid strategy, all while aligning with your evolving AI strategy. Many SAP customers still continue to have content scattered across older archives or locked in systems that don't connect easily, which will cause challenges as the user base expects easy access upon migration to S/4HANA. Link Enterprise changes that by giving you certified external content management to these older repositories as well as the new ones, while also keeping your SAP core clean and efficient. The long-term measurable benefit is that you're free to choose where your content lives, whatever works best for your business, and whatever your future AI strategy might be, or more importantly, what it will evolve to. Here's a quick summary in the context of Clean Cores. Link Enterprise supports S/4HANA migration with SAP certifications both for S/4HANA as well as the BTP platform. It aligns with Clean Core principles, reduces content sprawl, and positions your content architecture for enhanced workflows, better process automation, removal of manual tasks, and again, as stated, enables your future AI strategy. For the IT team, right now, 70% of enterprises report that unstructured content is inconsistently governed or difficult to manage, therefore increasing your cost of ownership. 54% of that content is also unused after 3 or 4 months, driving storage costs up unnecessarily. Link Enterprise assists in offering real-time visibility into the content usage for your SAP environments to help you manage these stats and ensure you can outperform other organizations. For you, Link Enterprise means simpler management and flexibility in reducing such costly and cumbersome content bloat. It enables insights, streamlines access, provide workflow automation across multiple user groups like HR, finance, and procurement, and future-proofs your infrastructure so you can scale, automate, and adapt as your priorities shift. According to a survey from a leading repository company, 46% of companies report less than half their unstructured content is analyzed to extract value from it. And 22% of that content is deemed unnecessary in that people created content again when it already existed. And as I said earlier, over 50% of that content matures over 3 months and is never used again. So, Link Enterprise, in addition to helping organizations keep content costs down, our goal is to ensure that your teams have the insights to explore and understand what is happening to your content across all your SAP environments, as well as all of your repositories, so that you can enable this process improvement and automation that eliminates, as I said, these repetitive tasks that are time wasting for your user base across many thousands of individuals. Additional values delivered through easy access to information, smooth process, and the ability to support growth through the addition of additional use cases over time. As one advantage of this tool, you can start with one thing small and expand out to many additional use cases. With our metadata support, Link Enterprise ensures your content infrastructure can adapt as your business priorities change. And now Joe's going to provide a couple examples of where Gimmal customers are providing this solution for a lower total cost of ownership benefit.
Thank you, Michael. I'll start with an example of a distributor. It's an international logistics company that distributes goods everywhere in the world. They engaged with us because they were having a discussion internally about what to do on their move to S/4HANA and what to do with content. One of the things that we discovered is that they had an old DMS system where the content was right now that was not connected to SAP, so they had the difficulty of manual entry of all these documents. There was an additional cost of maintaining a legacy system on that DMS system. But the company as itself, they have a strategy to use Microsoft to the best of the extent of their investment. So they decided to make Microsoft SharePoint and Microsoft Purview as their governance ECM. And in that way, they were looking for a way to connect that content to SAP. We helped them to be able to maintain the integrity of the metadata of that content, to be able to link this content from SharePoint Online into SAP. And consequently, they were able to reduce the cost of maintaining all that documentation, use what they already had, that in this case was Microsoft SharePoint with a Purview for governance purposes, and for them the ability to extend even further automation outside of SAP using Microsoft AI and Microsoft productivity tools on the Power Platform. So that's one of the examples, international distribution company, lowering the cost of sustainment of the documents. The second example is a utilities company. This is out of Europe, very heavily concentrated in a regional area, as is a utilities company. But they have very complex and extended workflows that were producing multiple systems. They chose Microsoft to concentrate all that automation to use Microsoft Power Platform. And consequently, they chose SharePoint and SharePoint Online to be the repository of the content. But what they were lacking was the integration with SAP and integrating those documents with the business object appropriately with the metadata. We help this company to be able to concentrate all their automations, all their workflows in the Microsoft platform, and to have that content completely connected with all the relevant metadata into the business object in SAP. So they were reducing cost on automation systems from one side, from the Microsoft side, but also we help them to extend these workflows from Microsoft all the way to SAP, and also for having the ability to create additional workflows in SAP containing to that documentation. So Link Enterprise helped these two customers to be able to not only maintain the integrity of the content, to integrate, to extend workflows, but also to reduce the cost of additional vendors, as well as maintaining and sustaining legacy systems. So hopefully these two examples can portray the advantages of Link Enterprise when it's connected. In this case, I gave the example of repositories like Microsoft. Link Enterprise is available for the repositories as well. Thank you, Michael.
Awesome. Thanks, Joseph, for those examples. So this is a visual summary of what I've been explaining so far. It shows Link Enterprise as the bidirectional connector, as Joseph is explaining, between your SAP systems, whatever they might be. Obviously, we've got the SAP certification there for both SAP S/4HANA as well as the BTP platform. And that's important when looking at options. You really want to be picking options that do have that certification. And uh, you know, we mentioned a few here, but we support over 20 different repositories and solutions for content. And so that's definitely a very powerful tool in the amount of repository support that we have. Okay, so we're getting close to wrapping up this webinar, and we appreciate everyone's time so far and sitting here and listening to Joseph and I. So what does getting started look like? First, it starts by working with Gimmal customer success team. Feel free to reach out, and we're happy to talk with your teams. Upon connecting to us, we'll talk about where your SAP content lives today and where it should live in the future to support future initiatives. We'll help you identify areas where flexibility could bring efficiency, for example, moving static archives to lower cost storage or integrating new platforms without disruption. Link Enterprise gives you the tools to modernize on your terms and at your pace. Here's Joseph's content information. We'll also be reaching out to attendees to follow up and ensure that you get a copy of this webinar, as well as see if there's any needs that you may have in the current. And ultimately, thank you for your time today. We're ready to help you plan your modernization journey. And if you'd like to see how other teams have used Link Enterprise to make SAP content smarter and future friendly, reach out to us. Let's find out what works best for your organization and keep your SAP content working the way you do. Thank you very much for your time today, and that completes my presentation for the day.